Well, my balls are not tingling, but it is always a brand new day. And considering all of those, Cialis commercials in my emails, they may
Oh,
soon be. So,
oh my.
breaking news maybe later on tomorrow. I mean, I am happy that someone over in Canada is really worried about both my length and girth. Because, some people only focus on length or girth, but I find that, and staying power.
Staying power.
I don't know what about, like, my first female name in my email seems to not clue these people off that maybe I don't need Cialis.
Well, I get those. I'm right. I know I'm old, but they've been sending me these damn things since I was in my 40s. Okay, of come join AARP or something like that. I'm like, what am I going to do with this? I mean, are you want me to pay you money for what? Like what exactly are you going to give me? I don't understand.
I'm still pissed off when the little, sales clerk doesn't ask for you to get carded anymore. Like, does that customer look under 40? You better be freaking pressing yes. I know where you live, and I know when you have to have a bake sale for your band, Jeremy.
Oh, these folks, oh, they kill me. I think the last time I was carded was probably about 10, 15 years ago. That's the last time I was carded. I'm just like, good. I don't have to reach and whip anything out for you. Well, not like that, but I mean.
Well, I mean, your liquor store might not be my liquor store, but I always get carded that way. I'm like, hello, and then I don't pay for the booze. No, just kidding. They're like, show me your ID, and I'm like, and they're like, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Here's your free Kahlua.
Hey, unlike my husband, you don't get like your 7th trip or 7th child free. So I only have like a high VIP class, but like I do, try to hand out members perks when I can per company policy. So you guys, I know it's not news, but we have a story time because as y'all know, I am suffering from current dramatic stress. Only it was yesterday, so I think it's reoccurring current traumatic. We'll talk to the DSM-5 people. I don't know. But as you know, I had to go to the Voldemort of Indiana to the Vital Records office yet again. And thank you, Jedi Jess. Mo may need a swear jar like Baker. Mo is a swear jar. That's why I buy me stuff.
I totally use a swear jar for that. Jedi Jess.
And thank you. We're filling that shadow box up as we go along. Nice. So I go back down to the Vital Records thing, and I have talked to the very kind gentleman the day before after I realized that the, birth certificate was wrong. Very nice gentleman with the birthing hips, and as I have them too. And now, sir, don't get upset. Now my hips don't lie. They do speak with, Morse code and a stutter. But you be proud of them hips. You just run with them. Well, I guess he was out running yesterday because he wasn't there. So I get in there, and now I am not saying that this woman was completely penny problems glasses HR, but she goes over to her little monitor, and I'm like, please do not make me come back here. I was told by the nice gentleman with the birthing hips that y'all had my, birth certificate ready. And she goes back to her computer and she does the little, and I am like, this heifer is going to tell me I need to drive back down here. And I'm going to have to fully get, right with Jesus and the fact that my hair does not go in orange. And I need bail money. And she looks at me and she's like, I am so sorry, but they have messed this up. And I said, okay, well, what's wrong with it? And she said, there are 2 dads. No, I know who the one is. I was there, I think, which in hindsight, I realize is not how most people would respond. But then I decided to add helpfully to her, this is not a Mamma Mia situation. I do know who the father is. The first one died. I, in fact, got his death certificate here, so y'all should know that. And so I realized that I may have gone into parts of conversation that most people do not know how to react with. Because he was like, oh, sweetheart, I didn't mean to, I just had never seen with 3 parents. I was like, no, I don't have brother husbands.
No.
This is just how I had to do this. And could you please give me my 3 pieces of paper so I never have to see you again?
Exactly.
And she's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. And I was like, ma'am, I don't care if I had 5 husbands on there. I just would like you to give me the piece of paper. You didn't offend me. I popped off with, I know who the father is. I'm pretty sure I was there. So
I'm not embarrassed by this. Okay.
Like, I'm wearing a ramen noodles t-shirt, ma'am. Do you think you can offend me?
We wearing that yesterday when you went down there. That's awesome.
As per usual.
I love it because I saw that on your street. I was like, she's wearing a ramen noodles t-shirt. I wanted to type something in the chat that was going to be would have been so inappropriate. It'd been like, all you got to do is pour a little bit of hot water over Mo and she just fluffs up like a noodle. And boy, you could just eat her all day.
Hey, I'm good for college students, prisoners, and on a budget. And I am shelf stable, baby.
She's budget
But
Mo.
I do have a lot of salty sodium, okay? So you watch your heart.
Budget Mo.
Oh my God, that's it. Budget Mo noodles.
Budget Mo noodles.
Okay, but would I get canceled? Because we can't have like real people be, spokespeople anymore. I can't like call it anti-Mo's.
Well,
just saying, if I'm going offensive, I'm dressing up as the Land O'Lakes chick.
Oh God, yes.
My mom told me I had Cherokee in me now. Obviously, between you and me, it's the Cherokees from, Edinburgh, Scotland. But we do exist.
One of my friends, his mother is full-blooded Cherokee and his father is full-blooded Irish. And he goes talk about a drinking problem. She had one too. He did quit drinking, thankfully. Got himself into AA and started finding Jesus. It was so glorious. I mean, one of my longtime friends. I've known him since I moved to Georgia. And he was, oh God, I just remember it because it would be like 3 o'clock in the morning and he'd still be pounding beers. Then he wasn't drinking like good beer either. He was drinking like Natty Light. It was like, oh my God.
Oh,
he would buy that stuff by like the case and he would just come rolling in with this thing and he would be going through that thing.
$3.99 he's ever spent in his life.
Well, and then he had to get up at like 7 o'clock in the morning. I would already be gone and at work. And one of my other roommates, this is back whenever I was, playing all the time. And so I'd work all day and then play music at night and hardly ever saw any of my roommates. And so he said, oh my God, we used to call him the boy because his father, his father, he was telling this story about his father and his grandmother were having an argument about him. And his grandmother turned around and he said, will you just let the boy speak? And this guy, he had like deep South, he just, and oh my God, it was after that, we just started calling him the boy and it never bothered him, but
no.
So the boy would wake up at like 7 o'clock in the morning. I'd already be gone. He'd wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and my other roommate said, all you would hear is, oh shit, and you hear all the cans like scattering all over the place, or he's kicking them all. Just, oh god damn! I gotta go. I'm running late for work.
Oh no!
Just like, oh Jesus, man! It would just be so much fun. Just and we had, I mean, it was just like nonstop humor with this guy, and it was just his life was a complete wreck. But he somehow he just would like keep on trying.
You always know that one person that's like, sweetie, you just work so hard to be such a screw up. And you wanna feel sorry for him, but you're also just like,
I don't. Yeah, no. But like I said, he got all cleaned up. He's all chill now. He's got a nice family, and it's good to see people like come out on the other side good. Oh.
Well, I do think the world is healing, and I have a particular story, but Trump may be able to get Meghan Markle's husband out of the country. And I say, as a ginger woman, I feel torn, fake ginger, because I do feel like we need male ginger representation. But then he's also Prince Harry. And if we're gonna pick one of the princes, I'm going for William.
Yeah. He's dancing with Marie. It says, I hope you don't step on my feet. Oh my god. I just read that. I was like, what the hell?
Let's see. A conservative think tank is demanding President Trump release Prince Harry's immigration file on the heels of an allegation that the Duke of Sussex may have lied about past illicit drug use used while immigrating from the UK. Now, his immigration status has already sparked a legal battle and a pledge from Trump on the 2024 campaign trail that he would take appropriate action in response to any false claims on official forms. Oh no, he's about to be hunted.
Yeah.
Darn it, Joe, you forgot to early pardon him or pre-pardon him. Give him a mulligan.
God. Oh, Mo. Mo. Why would you come to a different country and admit to doing this stuff?
Okay, why would you dress up in a Hugo Boss, pro-Austrian painter person as a Halloween person when you're 19? I mean,
why not? I mean, isn't that just going to really get on mommy's nerves?
Mommy was already dead. So
was she? Yeah, that's right. But grandma, like really, come on, grandma the queen. Come on.
Yeah, it would have been really, really upsetting if, your horse training father had, been found out. I mean, allegedly in Minecraft, you are of course related to King Charles. Boosh, I think you might be the only Meghan Markle fan. I think she needs your help. She's definitely having a bad day.
Oh, it's Steffi Alterner is always talking about this. I'm just like, Steph is so glorious.
I love, okay, Meghan Markle, like, look, the hotness to craziness, she's just not hot enough. And I'm speaking as a chick. I mean, I guess I do have a little bit of bias because if I want to see boobs, I can just look in the mirror.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's not hot enough.
At best, maybe in her younger days, she might have gotten by with a 5 at best, maybe a 3, because she's got the personality of a doorstop. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, look, you are already more privileged than, a bunch of people. Be quiet. Don't be a butthole. Like, it's the entitlement, it's the performative, I will say that her going down to the LA fires to make sure that she was photographed, all of that, her shopping around a divorce book, It's not looking good. I mean, you've got, I think, equal employment allegations of how bad she's a boss she is, reducing grown men to tears. She's just she's
Oh
not my
yeah.
favorite person.
Well, I've known some female radio personalities in my day that that are quite the same way. Like they give off this forward appearance of being all bubbly and entertaining, and then you see them behind the scenes, and they turn into mega, just like where's my God, just like going off. It's like, lady, you've got all these people around you that are trying to help you the best they possibly can, and you're losing your mind over the minor stuff.
Yeah, that's the part that really gets me. Just have an attitude of gratitude. Now, Shizzy, I am proud to say that my children never did this, but I'm pretty sure my youngest, most feral, would have if he had access.
Where's
Toddlers
that
playing with
Papa?
dead grandpa's ashes may have Toddlers playing with dead grandpa's ashes may have eaten them. Shocked mother says the boys got papaw.
Oh my God. Oh
You
my
know,
God.
it is rare. Thank you, Boosh, for being a member for 4 months. It is rare that I can say, "I have not had a child do this." But that is
Uh,
only because I did not have an urn around my house, because they have eaten dirt and they have eaten sand, and I'm pretty sure one ate cat food, so
maybe a battery or two. Oh my God. I just saw this video of this little boy. He's just bawling his eyes out, and he's like, "I got a Lego." You can see just the Lego in there, and he goes, the guy's like, "Oh, should we get some tweezers for you?" He's like, "Yes." His dad walks over and puts his finger on one side of his nose. He goes, "All right, now blow your nose," and he just snot everywhere. And he goes, "To feel better." Yeah. He goes, "Don't put things up your nose."
Okay, New York Post, you are wrong for this. Ashes, ashes, we all chow down.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, New York Post, Imma save you a seat in purgatory because we are going straight to Hades for
Ah.
both laughing at that one. A
Ah.
Colorado mom was appalled after discovering that her sons might have eaten their grandfather's ashes, as detailed in a hilariously macabre TikTok that got 2.4 million views. The boys got papaw.
The boy's got Papa. Oh my God.
I just
I'm just picturing kids like with the ashes laying out. They're driving little Hot Wheels through it. They're just eating. They're just like,
I'm just trying to think, so when you vacuum it over with, like, your dust buster, do you save the ashes and pour them back? And then pull out the cat hair?
he's living in eternity with Fluffy. Oh my gosh.
Look, grandpa, I saved you a Cheerio too.
Or what did she do? Like save their, like have a little cat scoop, Like, "That's Papa. We can't flush him down the toilet like a goldfish."
I mean, but how in the world did you okay, let's see if we the single mother of 3 claimed that she left her 2 toddlers, ages 3 and 4, alone for a moment in early January so she could use the restroom while preparing for a family birthday. Oh shit, everyone comes over, the widow, everyone's walking in saying like, "Happy birthday, little people," and grandpa's just dusting the
It looks like Hunter Biden's bathroom.
Oh, no.
Oh, oh
The
God.
Coloradan was only there for a few minutes, but when she returned, she saw that the boys were playing in what looked like white dirt. During the 4 minutes she'd been gone, the 2 hellions had managed to smear the soot all over their faces, body, and the floor. Later,
Talk about wearing your family.
okay, they are setting kids up for failure because this looks like a fun jar. Like, if I
It
were a kid
does.
and I saw a bunch of sand or something in this, I would
I
wanna
would
open
pour it
it
out.
and yeah.
Why would
No,
you
I
do
wouldn't.
that in an urn? That's not appropriate.
I don't.
I mean, I see the camera in the background. I'm like, you telling me there's a camera there? You didn't take pictures? Oh,
So I
God.
was like, "Where did all this dirt come from?" recalled Long, who vacuumed up the mess. Then days later, she discovered an empty container that had housed her grandfather's ashes.
Vacuumed him up.
And that's when the truth dawned on her that that dust was his cremated remains. Quote, "They got him and dumped him all over the carpet," wailed the distraught mom on a TikTok video while holding the cross-shaped urns. "I didn't realize it was Papaw, and I vacuumed him up." She even speculated that the tiny terrors may have engaged in post-mortem cannibalism, claiming they might have eaten some of them too, because one of them had the cap in his mouth. Jesus Christ F.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, oh, you got me crying. Whoa. Oh, this is
I
so
mean,
bad.
to be fair, if he's a good papaw, he doesn't care. Them babies didn't know what they were doing,
Yeah, he was
and,
like,
you know
he
it
probably had a blast with him. You know, it was the
yeah.
last time he got to touch him before he got
I
sucked.
mean, if I were in heaven and one of my future grandchildren did this, y'all, it would be monsoon season down here on Earth because I would be crying so hard laughing. Like, I'd be coming out ghost grandma Mo would be like, "High five, kids, that was pretty fucking funny.
Exactly. Hey, if you guys
Don't
haven't
tell your
already,
mom I said F
make
word,
sure you
okay?"
reach down there and hit that thumbs up for Mo down there. And you can always throw money at Mo because that's what keeps this channel up and running, guys.
So,
Mhm.
yeah, definitely, when you see a headline like that, you have to pull it up. I mean, what
Yes.
else are you gonna do?
This is glorious, Mo. Oh my God, you have some of the best some of the best stories.
Addicted rats are destroying evidence in the Houston police lockers. So my question to you, Shizzy, is one cocaine bear or an entire colony of cocaine rats? What is your poison?
Ah, one cocaine bear or a bunch of cocaine poisoned rats. I would I think I would go for the rats because you can take those out much easier with the shotgun. But you know, the bear, that's gonna take a few more rounds. Look at that. Nick
And
Starro.
thank Nick
Love
for
it.
the 5
And
memberships, and those
it's
went
beautiful.
to Super T, Peachy Peaches, John Naylor, Watchdog, Dennis Heaton. So congratulations. Welcome to the Church of Mo. And we have a new tagline. It is not a hoedown. It is not a hoe off. We are watching the Olympics wrestlings. So it's Olympic wrestling now. If you did have a question, I did think tank this at 3 a.m. So in the fight between two e-thoughts, it is not a hoedown. It is not a hoe off. It is Olympics Wrestling Edition.
I love it.
Olympic wrestling.
Olympic wrestling.
Let me get these tags going.
I love it.
Actually, now this case is fairly similar to one that I believe is also happening in Georgia. I believe Fulton County also has drug addicted critters, I want to
Uh,
say.
that wouldn't surprise me, except they're probably going the other way instead of an upper. It's more like a downer. They're probably just like, yeah,
Well,
buddy.
I think that they were even saying like they're losing evidence because the rats want the weed so much, which is, I mean,
Well, yeah,
you're
I
in,
mean, yeah, I am in Georgia. That is true.
that's it. She's going to do on-scene reporting of the, addicted mice. Just be like, what's the
Oh my
problem with you? And we need to have a mouse dressed up as Dave Chappelle and his character from Chappelle Show. Like, got any more evidence there?
God.
And thank you, Rick, 60 or Rickles 64 for $5. Well, this made a very first, or my, sorry, dyslexia and being too, well, me. Well, this is a memorable for my first visit here. This is the kind of quality CNN style reporting that I pride myself on.
Every day.
The word pride and CNN going in the same sentence just doesn't make me feel all warm and comfy.
Well, you haven't been to Atlanta.
It was mostly peaceful.
There's lots of pride here in Atlanta. There's the reason why
Here are the
band called it
memberships, and then let me get your Rickles.
Oh, yes. I love
But
it.
yeah, nothing like drug-addicted mice. I always hoped, I think I'd go cocaine bear, if I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want this to take forever. Like, I'm just saying. Because I think mice, it would take forever. Thank you, Rickles.
Well, it could, because they do like tend to go a little bit at it like rabbits do, but that's what I'm saying. You get plenty of target practice on them.
Yeah. Let's see here. Police and city officials in Houston say that evidence in storage lockers is being destroyed by drug-addicted rats. You really don't think that they should talk about their constituents like that? So mean.
It's the officers.
Mayor John Whitmire at a news conference said that drugs being stored in evidence lockers are attracting rats that feast on illicit narcotics and then watch Cheech and Chong all day.
I'm just trying to picture people chasing these rats around. Just like, what's this? What is a Doberman?
I'm just picturing a bunch of mice, or rats just hanging around like, I love Bob Marley, man.
Yes.
And just past the Dolce Pan the left-hand side, like in the background, a bunch of Rasta rats.
Oh, it puts a new term to ratatouille,
I think more people would eat ratatouille if there was weed in it.
Oh my god! Yeah, they'd be just rolling up rats. Just like
So are we going to change it to like now instead of a blunt, it's a wrap or a rat? It's a tail now.
It's a tail. Yeah, you can do that.
So much evidence is kept and stored that is no longer needed. I guess, do we smoke the weed? Thank you, Swifty, so much. We're going to have to burn this. Willie Nelson's tour bus just pulls in, and they're like, thank you, sir, you're doing God's work. And he's like, I'll take this right off of you.
I'll take it right from you.
Thank you, Swifty.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Okay, so there are over 1.2 million pieces of evidence stored by the city, and they need to discard any drugs that were stored before 2015.
You've had them there that long. That's 10 years worth of.
Yeah, I mean, is Colombian marching powder even effective 10 years later?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, then I say we save it for Fallout, silos, and we'll be good.
No, they'll burn it. You'll see a whole bunch of people like freebase.
Okay, no, here's how we fix. Okay, so we have a food festival right after. So City of Georgia, you have a bonfire and you burn all the old ganja, devil's lettuce, and then you have a food festival. Everyone's hungry.
Yeah. It's like we're gonna have so we're gonna do this burning of all the drugs because drugs are bad, and we've got it down here at the bottom, and over here, like just a little bit up the hill, the way the wind's blowing, you two can come over here, and we've got picnic tables set up. We got all the food trucks. It's a wonderful little place. It's gonna be nice. Just kick back and enjoy the fire show. It's going to be great.
You're just walking downtown Georgia and you're like, God, I really want a funnel cake.
Why do I want a funnel cake? I'm so hungry. I'm going to go eat me a rat or something.
Now, let's see. Now, Peter Stout, head of Houston Forensic Science Center, said that, at the news conference that a large amount of narcotics evidence stored in the city is, putting other unrelated evidence in danger. Now, apparently, the drugs, according to the rats, are edible, tasty, and they're all kind of into these things. You can't store large quantities of drugs without expecting some of these things to happen.
The guy's name is Stout, like a beer.
Yes. They're drug addicted rats. They're tough to deal with, end quote. I mean, God bless you, 2025, because I was worried. I was worried we were going to have no crazy stories, but we already have stories in here for the crazy of 2025.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I find them, the world delivers, but where else are you going to hear about, drug addicted rats?
Drug addicted rats. Right here.
Oh, no, wait. So the problem is not limited to the city of Houston. New Orleans Police Department officials said in March 2024 that drug evidence was under assault from pests, including rats and cockroaches. So now you got high cockroaches too. Now, we're going to need holy fire and like a Unitarian, a Pentecostal, Episcopalian. We're going to need to sage the shit out of that because
no, you just give them the good stuff. I'm serious. Now, put this into perspective. So you give them the good stuff and it puts a new term to smoking a roach.
I might eat the bugs if I could get a contact high.
I'm just saying.
Are these cockroaches from Georgia?
Just saying.
People are going to get real roaches and they'll be like, do you have the purple nurple from Georgia, Fulton County?
I heard there's a water main break. There's a water main break. Is that what happened? They got angry and had to get some of the good wacky tobacco.
Let's see. The quote from that particular situation was, the rats eating our marijuana, they're all high. Police Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick. God, Grandma's so old. That chick is so old.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my Lord. Oh. I'm just picturing people going around and grabbing up roaches, chasing them all over the place. Oh, that's one way of eliminating them. Just you tell people these things will get you really high.
It is really interesting when I don't plan a theme for these things, but the stories just align.
Oh my God.
Now, I never thought I would be worried about rats being C-blocked, but apparently, I don't know who's worried about this. I would think the NYC would be actively hoping for a nuclear apocalypse or winter to stop the rats from breeding.
Yeah.
But frigid temperatures are cold blocking stressed out New York rats from hanky-panky. I think we've solved New York's problems.
Yeah. Make it cold. Oh my gosh.
This cold weather is causing some erectile dysfunction. New York Post. I'm going to allow that one.
You could have done much better.
It's skate not. Yeah, that's a little hacky.
Yeah.
Dirty rats aren't doing the dirty deed in New York City, as experts say the streak of Arctic temperatures have put the usually randy vermin's libido on ice. It's stressing out the rats. It's putting them in their burrows. The city's rat czar, Kathleen Corradi, told the Associated Press. I mean,
we as humans, we sort of do the opposite. We tend to get a little bit randy whenever it gets cold. It's just like a body warmth.
Oh my gosh, the inverse reaction. There will be no new rats, in 6 weeks, but there are going to be a shit ton of new kids in 9 months.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying.
What do we call you? We call you Vortex.
I mean,
We call you Blizzard.
you're locked up with your mate, and what are you going to do? You just get together and keep the bodies warm. There's a lot of you got to get some friction.
I love that the mouse is looking at us like, what are you two disgusting humans talking about?
It's like, that's not how we do it.
He's like, yeah, at least we're turned off by the cold, you degenerates. While the Big Apple's human residents are certainly feeling the winter bite, Corradi says that the city's infamous rodents are not faring much better, which is actually an aid in fighting to keep their population at bay. The cold weather is also stopping people from venturing outside, which means less food being discarded on the street to feed the rats.
So wait, you're telling me that's what they do in New York? They just throw their food on the streets?
Yeah, we have trash cans here in the Midwest. Not that anyone uses them either, but
Yeah, I'm just picturing, people walking around just like eating and just throwing their food down. It's like, how disgusting.
And Slinky, you are correct. There's going to be a lot of people named like Winter and, Flurry.
I'm sure there'll be some. What is that, Alyssa or whatever from the Frozen movie or something like that? Because they're all about that age that they probably watched that movie like a million times.
Oh,
my wife and I, we'd never seen it because we don't have kids. So my
you
sister
weren't missing any great plot points. You did not miss the Citizen Kane of our times.
My sister-in-law's like, you guys haven't seen that yet? And I'm just like, I don't think I want to.
You don't.
I was like, is this a story about a demon?
Shizzy, did you tell her to let it go? It's not going to happen.
No, my wife sat there with the kids and watched it. I went and got online with Tug and Megan.
No, Shizzy. What Shizzy doesn't tell you is that he was working. He has the sing along edition. He's like, "Let it go." And he has all the moves down. He's like, "Fire Frost."
Their names. I don't know the names.
No, "Let It Go" is a big song from the first one. See, that's how you can tell you haven't watched the movie, because if you had children around that, you have PTSD when you hear someone say "let it go" and you're like, "Shut up, heifer, I will not." So, like, no, I'm keeping it. I'm holding on to this forever now. Thank you.
Oh, so what was that song from the, is it the Hunger Games? Oh God, it's that "This Girl Is on Fire." Every time I hear that, I'm like, I hate this song.
I think it was Alicia Keys, but I don't think it. I think that was a lot. I think that predated.
I know.
It's
just like, but it's one of those things where I think they like tried to make it big again. I was like, this. I didn't like this song in the first place.
It's a really nasally tone. So "This Girl Is on Fire." It's a lot of those nasally tones, and I have to. It's a lot nasally for me, but that's just me.
You can get some rats; they'll take care of that nasally sound.
Will someone feel sorry for the OnlyFans?
Wait, 19-year-old? What? What the hell is a Nepo? I've never heard that term, Nepo baby.
So she has rich parents, so nepotism baby.
Oh, okay.
So 19-year-old Nepo baby fully cut off by famous mom for joining OnlyFans. Okay.
And that's her?
I mean,
she looks like she's 15.
Yeah, that's, well, I mean, not there. Because I always wear body leggings to go out.
I mean, I guess well, let's put it this way. I guess if you put the makeup on, she could be a good solid maybe 6 or 7, but it's what they look like without the makeup. It's
That is a good question, because without the makeup, she looks like she's about my 15-year-old daughter's age, and I'm about to get a whole lot, angry at people.
well, it's Well, and you know the court what is her name? Courtney Clooney, the guy that
Oh,
like
plenty, yeah.
Lenny. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I mean, she looks horrible. Just and that was before she went to jail.
there is you can be let me go here. So I can see.
she's got to she's got to do this. I mean,
You know, I was gonna start getting sunburned.
No, I mean, and people don't understand this. It's just, you know, a lot of these guys are used to seeing like these fan models and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And they're just like, oh my gosh, they're so beautiful, whatever. And I'm like, no, she's really not. It's like you put enough filters on, they start looking lovely. You put enough makeup on, they start looking gorgeous. You give them the what does Jamie call them? The little eyelashes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you start putting those things on. And of course, whenever you really get to know them, do they have any personality? It appears to me this lady doesn't have much personality, and that's why she has to do it
Well,
because
I guess as a mom, I come from it like, what are we not telling girls? And to a greater extent, men or boys, this is not your only if this is your only contribution to society is your body, the rack of justice is going to go from perky A squad to, well, double Ds and we're, an old detective. At some point, it's just gonna happen. So if you
yeah,
don't have anything more to you than what your outside appearance is, you're gonna have a real rough life. Because there's maybe 2 or 3 years where you are the it girl, and then there is someone younger behind you willing to do more, willing to show more.
yep, that will hit the casting couch and at least a few thousand men. I mean, and and you're just and then you're sort of left out there trying to compete with that. And then you've got the ones that are like they're saying, you know what, I don't care about having that quick buck, because I would much rather I look at life in long term. Because sure, whenever you're 20 years old, this is great, you've got a few good years that you can show all that off. And then what happens after that? You can't find a guy that wants to be with you because everybody's seen your woohoo and your wahas, and they're just like, that's great. Now everybody knows what my wife looks like. And then there's the bad attitude. So that guys are, they just float in and out. And before you know it, you're like Madonna getting plastic surgery whenever you shouldn't be doing that. It looks horrible.
Yeah,
And
that
and
yeah.
and then in the meantime, you got women that are her age. And she's not a youngster. They're her age that look just fine. They're as happy. Their lives are fulfilled. And although she's got a whole bunch of money, guess what? It's no fun whenever you got no one else to spend it with.
No, and here's the thing, there is so much more going on, and, that component, that, chemistry component is really important in a marriage, but you start getting attracted to different things. So, the guy with, like, the six-pack and the man bun is not gonna be real attractive when you're 34 and wanna settle down and have kids because, he's a semi-professional, hamster breeder,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. It is unbelievable that women, and men think that this is all good. It's just like, you're missing out on. I'm sure that's fine for if you want to be that way. It's like if you have some substance to you, men, women, it doesn't matter. Think about think about all these guys that are out there like shoving things in places where they shouldn't for a camera. And do you think that lovely, cute girl over there is going, oh, that just really is so exciting, I tell me all about your day?
No.
No.
Well, that and let's be really real. Ladies, your husband wants to do ya, okay? If you need to test out this theory, drop a fork in his general vicinity and bend and snap on over to pick it up. Or just be doing anything where you're not gonna be guarding your boobs, and then they'll come over and do a reach around.
Yep.
So, yeah, and now I don't know what's wrong with Mr. Mo, but he does this when I'm not fully awake and even in, like, scary Mo mode. So, men want to have, relations with you. You don't need to put that out, because I mean, now I'm
Yeah,
not a
that's
man, but I have a feeling that, the bar to entry is not that high from what I've gathered.
no, it's not. I mean, she's opened up to pretty much anybody, and it's just like I would be if that let's put it this way, from a guy's perspective. That's fun to look at whenever I'm, 20, 30, hell, even being 40. That's fun to look at. Wonderful, wonderful fun. But then you go, you know what? What about whenever I'm 60 years old, 70, and I hit that 80, and here I am not able to barely walk, let alone, get the thrusting actions happening. Do I want to have this that's already been had by everybody else, or do I want to have somebody that's been with me since I was in my 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s? They've been with me through all of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and that's I wish we would our parents, and I know I've talked about it with my kiddos, but I wish we would put more of an emphasis on look at the people who are there on your good and bad days. Now, does Mr. Mo have a six pack? No. But there is an alternate universe somewhere where Mr. Mo looks exactly like Henry Cavill. And, that gives me hope.
Oh, well, and
But
and
he's
I'm
been there for like, stick with the person that's gonna calm you down when you are on, full F deficit and keep you from getting in the killdozer,
yeah.
'cause everyone else is fine.
Or that you happen to be the one that is the one that keeps them down from getting in the killdozer. You're the one that is being the stable one.
Shizzy,
And
I have never claimed that for fear of lying and getting struck by lightning.
well, no, I mean, because my wife is not the crazy one in our relationship. I'm the one that's more of the risk taker and more like out there. But she bless her, she sticks around with my looniness. I don't know why. I still haven't figured that out.
I don't know, Mr. Mo always I mean, barring the one time he just came in, saw me dressed up as Haley Joel Osment, and walked back out and said, "I'm not asking any more questions." I mean, really, he's never been really weirded out by me.
Well, you'd be like one of my wife's friends. I'm trying to think. They had been married for her and her husband married for about 10 years at this point. Was it 10 years? Maybe it was about 7 or 8 years. And he comes home one day from work and she's wearing her wedding dress, washing dishes. I mean, joke not. And he goes, dear, what's going on? And she turns to him and puts a big smile and greets him. She goes, it still fits.
Hell yeah, women, we will do that. We will do that, but we will also have a pair of maternity jeans, still in there for the days we just don't or we need to go to a buffet or something. I mean, we've got Thanksgiving pants, and then we've got the, I still
Yeah.
got it pants.
Oh no. I mean, she was still out running. I mean, she only started putting on weight after she had twins. That's it. And she's just a
Well, I mean,
little
she
bit
kept 2 people alive.
true. True.
Now, why God decides that entitles us to saddlebags, I do not know. I did not need any luggage anymore. I have bags under my eyes I can put all my carry-on in. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. No,
Like,
and I mean it's one of those where she just was so happy to see that it still fit. She wanted to wash dishes in it, and she comes home and he's just like, "Dear, what is wrong with you?" And she was just like a normal day.
I think Mr. Mo had kind of the similar reaction when I got my Ron Burgundy haul this week. He is like, why did you need 5 blazers? And I was like, okay, because 3 a.m. me thought if I'm going to be a real anchor person, I needed to have jackets. And they were on sale for $10 and they had cool little nerd stuff in them. And he's like, okay. But why did you have to buy 5? And I was like, because they were on sale and I got 5 for the price of 1. And he said, you couldn't have just bought 1 and seen how you liked it? And I was like, are you a new hire? I know you have been married before. I am confused. I've already explained to you Kohl's Cash and how math works. I bought you a pair of pants. I got $175 back in Kohl's Cash, so I had to spend $400 to get another $600 in Kohl's Cash. This is how economics works.
Mo math. Mo math. Mo math. Well, my wife, she just went through her closet and she was pulling out stuff that she's had since before we were married. I mean, she's as bad as I am with clothes. And she was just like, yeah, this is never going to fit me again. I mean, she's going, let's be real. I was in college and I lived off of caffeine and ramen noodles. So she's like going, okay, I haven't worn this in like 10 years. I haven't worn this ever again since I got it.
And then she came across a white snake t-shirt and she's like, pour some sugar on me, baby. Go bring around the Porsche. I'm going Tawny Katane on this.
Yeah, bring around the Mazda. I'm going to go Tawny Katane on it. Oh my gosh. You're muted.
I said, I just threw my earbud out going all Tawny Katane. Oh. See how it happened.
Yes. No, and so, you know, Goodwill is going to be very happy because those, I'm sure by now, are what they would consider vintage clothes.
Yes. Just keep on. We are bringing the 80s back for reasons I cannot understand because I thought we all put those in, you know, the pinhead box. You know, the front pleated, you know, front butt pants of the early 80s. I thought we had gotten rid of those, but no, they're coming back.
Well, the mullets have been coming back for quite some time. At least that's what someone told me. I said, well, the lesbians kept that one alive for way many years after that.
Hey, Rep Miss Needlemeyer, 7th grade gym. You taught me to play kickball with the best of them. Thanks for not giving up on me.
Exactly.
Even when I was like this, I don't know which footed I am in kickball. She's like, you don't need a foot.
No. I love it. I love it.
Thanks, Flux, for the confirmation.
See, Flux knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Straight from our correspondent.
Our correspondent in the field.
Yes. Our expert. She's not only a, you know, client, she's also the president. I used to love those just for men. I am not only a client, I'm a member. Or I'm
the president.
And I'm like, sir, I think we could figure that one out because you got like 5 doll hairs here.
Yeah. Oh my God. Have you ever seen the commercials that they have for those kinds of the stuff that they have coming out? It's like they tell you, oh, here we got this miracle, whatever it might be, and it's supposed to cure this thing, and then there's like 50 different things that. Oh, and in some cases it caused nausea, suicidal thoughts. You want to, you know, you want to eat small animals. You know, it's just like this. They go down through this list of things, and you're like, you know what?
Like just gambling.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not worried about getting my ween up that much. You know, if it starts to falter. I mean, but that means that I'm going to become like all of this other stuff. You know, heart failure, stroke. You know, eyes stop working. Great. You know, what just for one little happy time.
I love that thing. If you're allergic to this particular medication, please don't take it. Well, it's a new damn medication. How am I supposed to know if I'm allergic to it?
Yeah.
Like, is this a trial and error thing? Because I'm pretty sure I don't know if I'm, allergic to floxacin if I've never taken it.
Exactly. Some people have adverse reactions to it. Well, I don't know. You sure you want to be taking it? Just saying.
Yeah, when I'm president, you have to at least get 5 good side effects for 1 bad one. So, like, you get abs or instant good hair or, the ability to tell people to F off in a kind way. I mean,
Well,
they can pick their side effects.
a lot
Good ones.
a lot of people haven't been around for as long as I have, so they tend to forget back in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s. They always had some quick weight loss drug. There was always some, take this and it will help
Oh,
get you
Fin.
slim down. Oh, and they've been having those forever. And guess what? They found out that later on it's just like, oh, these are addictive. And they're pumping another one out there already. Which is just like, oh, this was for diabetes or some crap like that. But we found out that it'll make you slim also. It's just like, oh Jesus.
Oh
I
god,
mean,
Olestra. I remember because people used to eat a whole bag of them chips and then Dad's not out of the Dad's been in the bathroom for forever. He ate the Olestra chips. It's his now. We're
yeah.
building a new house.
I just people forget all about this stuff. It's just like there is no easy method to this. Trust me. Trust me. I'm getting a little
I don't
fluffy.
know. I'm thinking the '50s housewives had it right. You smoke all day, you drink, and then you take downers and go to sleep.
Oh, but during the day they would take like uppers.
Yeah.
They'd be up at like 4 o'clock in the morning washing dishes, just like I gotta get these clean. I gotta get these clean. I'm almost done. It's just like, oh, I'm gonna make breakfast. Gonna make breakfast. Pack the kids' lunch. All right, send the little brats out the door. Time for a drink. I just need to calm down. Oh. By the end of the night, they're just like, oh. They're, they're,
Yes.
they're like rock stars before rock stars were doing it.
Ask and you shall receive. PETA dumps manure outside a rival ASPCA's New York office, but hits a snag over frigid temperatures. When shit's too cold to be for shit.
I love it. Oh, that's awesome. That's funny. It's stuck.
And he's just clawing at it with his hands. That's poo, dude. It's poo,
okay.
PETA guy.
Well, that's how you get the bird flu spread around, right?
Get a load of this. PETA activists tried to dump a trunk full of manure outside the Manhattan office of the group's rival, the ASAC. The animal people, damn it. I can't read today. But the stinky stint was stymied by the frigid weather on Thursday. Protesters with PETA hauled an estimated ton of the waste through Midtown with the intention of dropping the load smack dab in the middle of 8th Avenue near West 37th Street before noon. Now, PETA, people would like you if you weren't such assholes, but you are now pissing off everyone that has to drive on 37th Street.
Yeah. Yeah. Way to go. Way to go.
Yeah. You're all frozen turds in my book, PETA. All of you. Bless your hearts.
Well,
But
we played a fundraiser at a PETA thing, one of my old bands.
No.
Oh, I think they didn't invite us back for a reason, because we thought it was people eating tasty animals, and most of our songs were surrounded about how good cows taste, and this cat's only for your Chinese restaurant, but kind of songs like that. I mean, we were a punk rock band. It's like, did you ever hear any of our music? Just saying.
Well, I mean, But when the dump truck arrived at its donation and tried to lower the feces onto the street, the semi-frozen crap failed to flow, forcing one of the passionate protesters to try to get his hands dirty.
Wouldn't it have been
This
easier just to
person
bring a
will
bunch of
vote.
cows? Wouldn't it just been easier just to bring a bunch of cows? That's way it warm and fresh.
Wouldn't it be easier to take one of your 20 million crazy activists and throw red paint at them as they're wearing fur, as you've already done before?
But this is ASPCA, or they're animal protectors also.
Yeah,
Or
because PETA believe that pets are subjugating animals, so they will steal pets off of people's yards. They have PETA shelters, which are basically euthanasia centers because they don't want people owning pets because that's slavery. Now, I will go ask my furry overlords if they feel enslaved because I wake up at 4 o'clock every morning to feed them first breakfast.
yeah, I would say we're more of the subjugated to them.
Especially if you have cats. Now, dogs are like, "I love you." Dogs are full Doug voice,
Yeah,
but
well,
cats are like,
yeah, but the dog will just poop in your house if you don't let them out or walk
"Yeah,
them.
yeah," but the cat is like, "You come to me on the day of today asking me for a favor, and you have yet to feed me? I will poop in your shoe."
Yes. And I'm going to put it way down where nobody knew that it was
Yes.
until you get it between your toes. Ha 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 ha.
They would have dumped the entire truckload, PETA representative Ashley Byrne told the Post. The process was slowed down by the fact that it was so cold the manure was frozen, so they got it somewhat, though. Well, there's some chunklets out and
Yeah.
on his hands and under his fingernails. I mean, I'm sure it's the thought that counts.
I hope the police arrested him.
God, can you imagine spending $400 on Kinko's and then the poo doesn't fall out?
Yes. And that is such a small amount. That's like a horrible dump truck too. That isn't even a good dump truck. That's like one of these you got like on the back of a Ford F-150 or something like that.
Look, they had $19. They cleaned out the couch cushions of their mom's basement, and this is what they could afford from Lowe's.
From the backside of it, looked like, oh, they got a big ass dump truck there. No,
Yeah.
this thing maybe holds like 500 pounds in it before the tires blow out. I mean, it's just we couldn't afford to put too much gas in this thing because it comes from we didn't have enough Crisco oil from the
Let's
diesel
see.
truck.
Someone was actually up in the truck shoveling it out, added Byrne, who was among one of the 20 chanting protesters at the rally waving banners. So they dumped some of it off. Like, we made a point, okay? We made a point. And honestly, I think you all should, like, wake up. We are awoken, all right, to animal suffering. Have you ever read Animal Farm? Did you know it's not really about animals? I'm a lit major at NYU. I know what I'm talking about. I mean, I haven't interviewed her personally, but that's what she sounds like in my head. The driver and shoveler were both handcuffed at the scene and issued summons for prohibited dumping. Phrasing.
I'm just picturing Mo and I doing something like that. We would just go, yeah, this is a bad idea. Let's just go take this to a farm.
I mean, I'd be like, Shizzy'd be like, Mo, the shit's frozen. And I'd be like, make it a poopskaberg. Let's go. We're making it a Titanic. Screw it. I just turn on the Celine Dion. My heart will go on. It's the Poopsburg right over there on 37th Street. Some Lincoln comes in and it's just like, oh, they're going down the humanity.
Could you imagine? I'm trying to picture climbing up there and scraping it off and just goes, it's just a big rock in the middle of Central.
It's just a frozen patty of poo.
Good luck trying to get that out of here.
I'm just trying to go, like, so you're going to a farm, and I'm sure she probably had, like, I don't know, dreadlocks or Kool-Aid hair. So the farmer's over here like, "So what are you gonna do with all this manure? You got, like, a farm or a commune or something?" She's like, "No, we just hate the ASPCA."
He's like,
And he's
okay.
like, "Okay, well, you're buying poo off of me. I'm not even gonna ask any more questions. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna make sure your check cash is okay, sweetheart. Have fun, Sunshine, Willow, Harmony."
I just noticed, do you notice what's behind the ASPAC sign up in the top right hand corner?
Vanilla Gorilla Cafe. We are living in a simulation. This cannot be real.
I saw that. I'm like vanilla gorilla.
Good lord. I would be so pissed off. Like, you wanna see me go full Michael Douglas falling down. I am behind, someone. I'm already in New York dealing with traffic. The fact that these environmental people that glue themselves onto roads haven't been, summarily taken out. I don't know how this has happened.
I don't understand that they come along and they're like chipping them out of the way. Like it's like, you know what you do? This is really simple. And
Spartan kick them?
no, this stops it immediately. As soon as they glue the hand on there, you go, well, we've got to move traffic along, and you just get out the fireman's axe or whatever it might be that you have handy. You chop that thing off, you move them out of the way, you bandage them up, and send them to the ER. And whenever traffic calms down, we might pull the hand out of there and unglue it. Until then, we got to get traffic moving. You do it quick, and I guarantee you, they do it one time. They say, this is how we're going to treat you. That stops immediately.
I still say Spartan kick would be cathartic for me, but that's allegedly in Minecraft, and I'm not real steady. It's like A Modest Proposal with Jonathan Swift. I have no children of Irish descent to, donate to the cause. I am not steady on one leg, so I cannot Spartan kick. But I'm just saying, I think that as a modest proposal, I'm willing to try a 300 kick.
Well, and you notice they don't do it in places like Atlanta. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah, I have noticed. I can't
There's
imagine the
a reason
correlation.
why. There's a reason why. Because in Georgia, for example, it is your car is an extension of your home. Therefore, the same laws apply whenever somebody tries to reach into your car and open it. Those
Oh,
laws apply as if they were breaking into your house. And so whenever you get these people that are parked in the middle of, they want to stop in the middle of the highway and try to make everything slow down, you realize that the 285 is not the speed limit. But they don't know any different. It's like a racetrack that they want to go as fast as they possibly can to get 10 miles down the road. It's insane. The traffic moves so fast through here. Like you see people over in the slow lane doing 40 miles an hour, and people in the fast lane doing 40 miles an hour. People in the slow lane doing like 120, and then motorcycles zipping in between all of it. It's crazy. You don't do this kind of stuff in Atlanta because there's too many rednecks that would go, all right, let's get out here. We're going to scoop this stuff up, throw it in the back of the trunk. We're going to take it home. We're going to take it home. This is some free fertilizer. Damn right. Let's go.
the hills have eyes are real. Have you ever been driving? So now I will tell you, there are parts of Indiana that you have your eye on a swivel because you have not seen another person pass you by. And you are pretty sure in these hollers there is an ambush of rabid cannibal hillbillies.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, that's nearly all the places where I live around, though.
Yeah.
But
Oh, trust me.
I'm one of them, so I'm a carrier, but not like sufferer of the disease. So they recognize me as one of their own, but I'm not actively, shedding
Yes.
the virus. I've got the T cell immunity, but I'm not oh.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I will say there is nothing more upsetting than getting cold French fries.
I agree. I agree.
Just make sure that the fry-later cooker is also not packing. 'Cause
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh,
I can only imagine this, like, "These are cold," and then she's like, "Heifer, don't play with me," and he's like, "Hand me the french fries," and she's like, "No, I'm going on break." And he's like, "I didn't wanna have to do this. Imma have to escalate it," and she's like, "I have your Escalade and I see you an Escalade."
oh
A
my
dispute over
gosh.
french fries at a Wendy's in Kentucky, are we at all shocked? No.
No.
Erupted into exchange of gunfire between a male patron and a female restaurant employee who was shot in the butt.
Oh God.
You can do whatever you want to your buns and Wendy's, but we fire back. Wendy's for Frosties and friendly fire. Talk to me, Wendy's. We will make this happen.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Cops say Moja James Wooten, 25, and two associates this month got in a verbal altercation at a drive-thru window with
Tawana Asha Coleman.
Twanisha.
Twanisha, maybe. I'll just say Miss Coleman. There you go.
Miss Coleman,
Yeah.
26-year-old Wendy's worker over cold fries. Now, James Wooten, pictured right, and his co-defendant subsequently entered the Louisville eatery, where he allegedly, quote, produced a firearm and fired a shot. Coleman returned fire. Then the defendant began to fire multiple rounds, one of which struck her in the buttocks.
I'm just.
Do you get a gift basket for this? Like, I'm just not even sure where I would put workman's comp on this.
You know,
Is it like the Forrest Gump thing where she gets to go up to,
the
was it
president
Ford and
says,
say
I gotta pay.
he's like, "I'd like to see that," and he's like, "Well, okay, sir." They had a lot of Dr. Peppers.
It just.
They called it $1 million injury. I never seen none of that money, but I did get some ice cream. Can we get the Lieutenant Dan movie? Like, I want the Lieutenant Dan movie.
The backstory of Lieutenant Dan.
Yes.
Oh, that would have
A
been
two-parter.
Yeah, that would have been a good one because let's see, if that was during Vietnam, he probably was around at the very end of World War II. Depending on his age. He's
Yeah, because we get to see him be like
or
West
Korean
Point
War. No, it would have been
graduate.
Korean War. It would have been Korean War. I'll take that back. Yeah.
We get to see him all idealistic, West Point graduate, then he goes into the meat grinder of Vietnam, and then he comes back and he's, ho-tastic Lieutenant Dan, and then he's got, "You got new legs, Lieutenant Dan." I don't know why that line always makes me wanna laugh, probably because I'm going straight to hell, but
You could have done this a long time ago instead of being around in a wheelchair getting drunk. You could have actually got those like a long time ago. Just saying. I'm sure the
like
VA
the
would have
metal
they're titanium.
but they don't have knees.
No, you have to walk like this.
Also, okay, you're telling me Lieutenant Dan now owns, like, majority stock or, at that level in IBM, Apple, as it's
Yeah.
going off. He couldn't have afforded, artificial legs with a knee?
No. Elon doesn't come around for a few more years where he turns them robotic.
Oh my god. Turn Lieutenant Dan into Elon Musk in the sequel to, Forrest Gump. Lieutenant Dan, Martian.
Oh God. Well,
New legs on Mars.
Well, because he's still around, he could do like Lieutenant Dan after he got his new legs and there's been people who have
Lieutenant
been
Dan walks to Washington.
oh Lieutenant Dan goes on a Forrest Gump run.
Lieutenant Dan on the run. You're let's make sure this woman's okay. She got shot in the buttocks, all right?
Okay, sorry.
Now, a day after the incident, a second woman. Why is there a second woman?
Oh.
Contacted the police and reported that she had also been shot. Now, the woman reportedly admitted that she had been with James Wooten at the Wendy's when he shot her. Now charged with felony assault, James Wooten turned himself into the police on Friday afternoon. He is being held at the by the Metro, Department of Corrections. Now, Coleman, the Wendy's workers, is facing serious problems of her own. At the time of the January 6th shooting, Coleman, who is on probation in connection with conviction of a felony theft and gun charges, was legally barred. If I were a judge, I think I'd go 2 rights make a left. So I would let this woman off with she got shot in the ass. I think if anything's going to teach you something, maybe a bullet to the buttocks would. So I just like.
Oh my God. How does this get any better? Just is that a woman?
Yes, the one with the mask on is the woman.
Okay. Okay. I have so many questions. I wouldn't be firing on that. I'm just saying.
No.
She looks very angry in the first place. I mean,
yes. Look, if I was at the DMV, I'm not asking her to even put on the new license plate. Like, she asked me, God bless America or whatever I want to pick. I'm letting her pick. I'm not even going to worry about it. Like, I might get an environmental license plate. I am not going to say nothing to her, okay?
I mean, she right now with that look, it just has that I don't give 2 F's about you. Like, why am I standing here?
Deficit.
Yeah. I'm just like she looks scary. Like,
yes.
I'm sorry. And I'm just saying that right there, you see that look on someone's face, you just turn around and you walk away because they just have no F's are given. Shot to the butt and you're to blame. You're giving Wendy's a cold fries a bad name.
Bad name. Yes. Shizzy, I did this story before, but now, do you want to know the funniest part of this? Is I have this bag at my home because Ipsy sold it with like makeup samples because they always have like a stupid little makeup bag. But yeah, definitely not a bag full of drugs. Part 2. Now, I know you're going to be shocked, but this is a Florida woman.
No, not shocked.
A Florida woman is jailed on narcotics after she was found with methamphetamine and assorted drug paraphernalia inside a bag labeled, quote, definitely not a bag full of drugs. You can't even put this on the Alanis Morissette. Like, isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
Yes.
The cops looked in my bag full of drugs, but it was clearly labeled as not drugs. And isn't it ironic? Don't you think? Come on, Alanis, remake the song. I just need this in my life.
Oh my God. Oh. Oh my God.
Oh,
Mm.
wait a minute. What is this? Oh, we didn't get to see the picture. Sorry. I saw nip
Oh.
slip and I was just I was distracted by nip slip. Important news. This is what my husband deals with every day, you guys.
Oh.
A large-breasted suspect in mugshot nip slip. Despite his arrest for assault, everything appears to be okay with a 39-year-old Arizonan who leads off this week's mugshot roundup. So he was arrested for assault, but he is A-okay. Public indecency. It is never the boobs you wanna see in the wild.
No. No, it's not.
But at least she looks like she's a natural blonde.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, when your
Oh.
mascara becomes your blush. Don't worry, ladies, we've all had that happen.
Oh. Oh my gosh. She was
Drunken
laughing too
disorderly
hard.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. I mean, are we
Ah.
surprised she was okay, gentlemen, I do need to warn you. If you see no eyebrows like this is a warning sign. If you see
Yes.
eyebrows from the late 1990s, early aughts, this is a warning sign. We're not like
Yeah.
tree frogs, us ladies, but if you see a penciled on eyebrow, if we have done shaved them off and redone God's work for him
Ugh.
with little upside down parenthesis marks, it is a sign from God. She is cray cray. Leave her alone.
Oh God. Oh. Oh.
Shizzy, what the hell is going on here?
You want me to explain what's going on? He got punched in the nose.
Oh. Oh, I figured he was trying to smuggle something up his nostril and
No, he probably got punched in the nose.
Oh, well, that makes more sense. I was just like, "Why does he have a maxi pad on his face?" I was like, "He's got wings." I was like, "Oh my god, they make wings for men."
He does have wings, but that's what you would do. I mean, I will tell you guys, if you ever get your nose broken, go your wife, your girlfriend, and say, "Hey, babe, it's got the little applicator. You just put that whole applicator up there, and I think that's how it works." Something like that, but you pull the applicator out or whatever. I don't know. There's something about that applicator, but you put it up in there, and it will fill up with blood. That's what they're designed to do.
I am aware of what they're designed to do, Shissy. Now, I will tell you that my sons, well, they didn't eat Peepaw's ashes, but they did decide to unwrap and tie a bunch of those items together to make nunchucks and
Oh,
kazoos. Because if you take the white cottony bits out and you tie them together, they can be nunchucks or flowers if you fill them with water.
yes,
And then my son comes out just playing a tampon trombone. These were a whole new box. This was not like, no, he was just like,
it even gets better is whenever they decide they run out of all of the little things for the Nerf guns.
No, so Shizzy, now you have met me. Do you imagine the look on my face as I am just watching this 2-year-old with the tampon applicator just like 76 tampons in the big parade, 101 exy pads on the flow. I mean,
Oh God.
So I call Mr. Mo
Uh,
and I said, "Your sons owe me $9." And he's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And I was like, "They just made an entire thing of tampon nunchucks and kazoos,
yes.
and they are now your property forever. I'm just going to let you have all of these toys from now on." But
Oh
and he's like,
God.
"That's $8 a box?" And it was like,
Yeah, sweetheart. Exactly. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
"Yeah." And he's like, "They're $8?" He's like, "Did you buy name brand?" And I was like,
Oh,
"Honey, for
oh,
your safety, I'm gonna tell you you're treading on very dangerous grounds for you. And for your
yeah.
safety, I'm gonna assume that you just want to be, not talking anymore." He's like,
Oh,
"We spend $8 on that?" And I was like, "We who?"
yeah. We who? Yeah, that's not how this works.
So I do have a surprise for you guys. I think I might have gotten this somewhat correct, which, look, we will all, you know, but I actually have my first piece of merch that is not, well, hellaciously awful. Thank you, Rosalind Duke. But it is the Hot Cup of Mo mug, and hopefully it should be launching. Let me see if I can get, well, I think I did this
Oh,
right. I don't know. Just,
yeah, I never can figure these things out.
well, okay, so it should be live, possibly. Let's be real here. I know about as much. No, I don't want, no, you stupid piece of crap computer. I hate you so very much.
Oh,
Crap, where are you? Oh, the other
oh,
thing I did wanna show you guys is that Rosalind, I was going to sneak peek the next thing that I'm going to be putting up. It's a fan favorite. I am getting, like, all of them in all the colors just for me, but it's the Rack of Justice. Now, I am going to try to get the, scales to gently cup the glandular region,
love that.
but if you need to let people know who you represent, it's the Rack of Justice.
Well, I'm still trying to get my store launched, but this right here is Shizzy's Nutsack. See?
Ooh. Oh, I
Now
like it.
it's what's really cool about this is see, it's got that on there, and it says right up here, and you can't see it, but it says protect your nuts. And if you open it and unzip it, there's a place to keep your kitty safe. And then there's a little insert that says Papa Nut was here.
So you're gonna have a fanny pack and a nutsack. I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then I also got the cup, the different cup. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
I like it.
Let's go back and I'll show you. So I got this one here, which is the Nutty Badger cup, and then the No F's Given, which that one there is, that's all it says
Ooh,
is No F's Given. Pretty simple.
I
Um,
like it.
and then this one here, it says, I don't know if it'll show the backside of it. The backside of it says, if you value your nuts, stop badgering me.
I
And
like it.
then of course I've got the t-shirt, which will be the welcome to the nut house t-shirt.
I love it.
Yeah.
We're
Uh,
becoming professionals. I'm so proud of us.
I'm so professional.
Hey, I
But yeah,
mean,
I told people, I said I was gonna, and the cool part is on those designs, the nutsack, I can also do it like on backpacks and stuff like that. I was like, this is awesome. They get me.
I know. I have a whole bunch of ideas, but there's a lot more. Like, thank you so much. Big thanks to Rosalind Duke because she
Yes.
makes it look so easy. And if I have learned anything in my life is to take wisdom from people that make things look really easy.
Yes.
Because I was like, okay. I mean, now Shizzy will tell you, because listen, He and Rosalind were guiding me like Helen Keller's nurse,
Like,
and from this particular motion to when my hand would reach the mouse, I'm like, "Fuck, which side's left and right?" So then and and then they're like, "Just click it over with your cursors," and I'm like, "No, I have to use the mouse," and they're like, "No, you don't."
you know?
And they explained to me that, Liberace does not need to be involved in everything.
Well,
I
and
disagree,
well,
but
that little intro, that I had you in mind whenever I did that. Whenever I created that whole
yes.
zooming in
No,
to the Mo, I was like, "Oh, if it doesn't have glitter or sparklers or something exploding, Mo's gonna be angry. She's gonna go, 'No, that's
I
just too
I am
bland.'"
gonna be yeah. Like I said, Shizzy, it is so good I was a girl because I would make Richard Simmons look straight. I would never burn because how can one kill that which is flaming? Stolen from the hell.
Yes. Oh, but I
No.
just I see, I understood exactly what the goal was there. Whenever we were talking, you were just like, I it was where we were talking with Rosalind, you were like, "You may I wanna have, like, disco balls and some sparkles and all this stuff," and she's just like, it's like, "Mo, you can't distract away from the beauty of this." And you were like, "Mm,
Okay, but could I bedazzle it at a later time to my Pacifics, if you will?
yes, you do." Oh, like bedazzling this. I mean, look, that's my bedazzling right there. Look at
Oh,
that.
Shizzy, I meant to tell you, I have a young feral story to end the day, and
Ooh,
and this
tell
is
me.
definitely a topic for you. So, I don't know what he is watching on his, kid YouTube, but he came up to me yesterday afternoon and he was like, "Mom, have you ever been postally correct?" And I was like,
Absolutely correct.
he's like,
Politically correct?
well, that's where he was going,
Oh,
but
okay.
he then slowed it because I said, "Honey, I don't understand." So he decided that just wasn't hearing correctly. So he was like, "Postally correct." And I was like, "No, honey, it's called politically correct." He's like, "No, mom, it's when you're nice to people and you don't say mean things." And I was like, "You are correct, honey. It is actually called going postal."
'Cause everybody wants to be nice to you when you go postal. "It's okay, Mo, it's okay."
And I said, "No, honey, it's politically correct." He said, "Mom, I just saw it on the YouTubes." Now come to realize he was watching someone with an accent and possibly a lisp, so I can understand.
You're not supposed to get Helen Keller to have you pronounce things. Sorry.
But I was like, "Honey, it's called politically correct, and how about you just try to be kind to people, okay?" And
Yeah,
he's like, "Well, I didn't know if you had to buy a stamp to use it." That's what I was asking for, because I was just gonna see if I needed a stamp to be postally correct. And I was like, "No, honey, if we ship you, we would do it ground, and we would just pay by the pound."
Oh my god.
And
Oh,
then looking back at my kid conversations, I'm realizing that when they replay these conversations in their head with their adults, they're gonna realize I was not paying attention.
you were just messing with them the whole time. That's the best part about it. Oh,
Look, if you get asked being a mom is being asked 100 times a day questions that you don't have the answer for, and you never realized were gonna be on your multiple life choice test. Like, "Mom, do you know why elephants have a long nose?" "No, maybe God just made them that way." "Okay, but why did God give them a long nose?" "Well, I've not spoken to him in a while." "Well, don't you pray?"
yes, he
Listen,
hasn't spoken back.
when I ask him about stuff, I'm generally not asking why elephants have noses, but I will put that on my to-do list, sweetie. Because 'cause you've, of course, heard about the door blood.
No, I haven't heard about the door blood.
Alright, so this is a good now my sons go to a Shiite Christian school. I mean, no skirts above the knees. Girls got to be modest. Boys got to wear slacks with a belt. And if you have brows that go over or bangs that are going over your eyebrows as a boy, you need to get that stuff taken care of. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I know
So
those. I've been
it's
to one of those.
it's last springtime and it's their first year in this school. And my son, youngest, most feral, straight into the car. Do we have our door blood?
Door blood?
And I'm like, what? Oh, I'm like, "What are you talking about, sweetie?" And he's like, we learned about the door blood we need to have so the angel of death doesn't visit us. Do you want our oldest daughter to die?" Because in his mind and I was like, "Sweet, no." Okay. He's like, "But why did God want door blood? Anyone know what that means?" Just like, I don't think it was I was like, "Sweetheart, God just wanted them to be, obedient and do something that seemed a little crazy, but be obedient." And he's like, "Okay, so we don't have to get door blood, then do we does that tell the Easter bunny where we're gonna be?" And I was like, "Okay, none of this has anything to do with any of this." He's like, "Okay, but where do we get the door blood?" And I was like, "We're not getting door blood."
Well, then you should have taken him and said, okay, now see that cute little lamb over there? How cute and innocent it is. Yeah, they slit its little throat and then they smear blood up and down the thing. It's just like that'll stop that. That'll stop that really quick. It's like, we're not killing baby lambs. They'll go back and be like, you mean you got to kill a lamb to make that happen?
We're here trying to figure out. Like, I'm just like, school, would you stop trying to teach this child anything? Because I'm gonna need you to not. Like, I'm trying to be a good mom over here, and I get, straight out the door, "What are we doing about the door blood, and why haven't you gotten it? Like, Sheila, you had one job."
Well, you could just say, I'll tell you what, we'll just hang some pork chops on the door. How's that? Some lamb chops
Well,
on the door.
so then the follow-up to this conversation as he realizes we're not getting the door blood, he's like, "So, do you think God is the manager of the angel of death? So, would I pray to God if I wanted the angel of death to visit someone?" And I was like, "Are you asking me if God is are you trying to Karen the angel of death right now?"
Don't come here, but I know someone you can go visit. They're right up the
Like,
street.
"Dear Jesus, I'm not trying to tell you nothing, but I know Gladys done cheated. That coupon was expired. I got my door blood. Amen. Love you, Jesus. Bye." I was just like, "No, we do not Karen the angel of death. And no, you
No,
cannot."
you can't send them on to somebody else. That would be a bad thing.
was
Oh,
just I was like, "Damn it, why?"
what?
And then I
Those
just,
are the,
calmly patted his head, looked closely behind his ear, read 665, and thought, "We'll be okay."
yeah. It's the other one that you have to worry about.
Now I'm just waiting for that call. "Yeah, your son said he was gonna go postal today." And be like, you know what? You need to speak to his father about that. I don't know where
Yeah.
he gets this from. I only watch the 700 Club."
Click. Postal. So he's going to the post office. Well, don't let him go to the post office. You just play dumb with him and just like, why are you letting my son go to the post office by himself? He's only 8 years old. Come on, lady.
I'm telling you, youngest most feral's he's gonna break me one of these days. You're just gonna
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What was there was the mother that these daughters are giving like all of the stuff that they didn't want to tell their mom. And as they're telling it, it's just like, I used to pee on the toothbrush whenever you'd make me mad. The mother's just like, like, I really don't like this much at all. Just like, this is no fun.
Okay, like, there are things that I have not told my mother on, but they didn't involve any R. Kelly stuff.
Oh no, there was some like some of the stuff that they were doing was cruel. I'm like, what? like swapping out like her medicines with like sugar tablets and
That's called attempted murder.
on them because they were like anti-anxiety meds and crap. And it's just like, yeah, we were taking
we were playing with mom's lithium.
we took her soul off. It was and we replaced it with Advil, stuff like that. It's just like, what the hell?
Control with Tic Tacs. Now we got siblings.
Don't understand what happened.
Good Lord.
Oh God, yeah, the insane things that the kids do to their parents. So don't ever feel bad that you're mishandling things or telling them things that are completely incorrect because they will. They're gonna mess with you anyway.
I mean, to be fair, he thinks in the most interesting ways because I would never have thought about needing a stamp to be postally correct. Or, the necessity of door blood after the story of Passover.
or like your Aunt Karen over there. Yeah, that you don't want a stamp like that. That's a tramp stamp.
Because it's not a dolphin. You're okay.
Oh, wait until they're old enough to see one of those tramp stamps. So if they haven't already, and you let it slip, that's a tramp stamp. Did she go postal also? Can you mail her?
No, I'm just waiting for, at their weddings, telling the hand job story.
Oh yeah. Yes. Yes.
Because look, I had to clean your poop explosions. I'm gonna tell all the embarrassing stories with accompanying pictures, including the very cute picture I have of my two youngest, most ferals. Now, ladies, y'all know the little like bra inserts that you can rip on out of there. Now, they had them on their heads, and they were battling with brooms, and it could be slightly offensive, but I think they were just being inclusive Jedi.
They were being a couple of boobs.
Obi-Wan Shlomo over here, and Darth Chewie. It was just and I was like, why? And they were like, you get free hats with bras.
Sure. Sure, here you go. How about it?
See, we can't take those pictures anymore. You get, asked in by, Chris Henson, told to take a seat, and he's like, hey, my name's Chris Henson, take a seat. I'm like, I'm a mom, and they were in the bathtub, and I don't want to make you sad or nothing, but my kids had gotten into an urn, and they ate Papaw.
I just showered down on him, and then we vacuumed him up in the dustbuster.
Oh my goodness!
Let's just say his ashes are spread around the dump.
I feel bad. I mean, but it is rare that I can say that my kids haven't done something. So, when you click on an article just to be like, hey,
just
my normal experience of parenting is when I met my brother's wife's oldest son, the first time I ever met him. Now, I already have my 3 feral wild boys, and this little boy is about the same age as my oldest son, and he comes up and he's like, "My name is so-and-so, and I'm gonna be a paleontologist." And I was like, "My name is so-and-so, and I'm just hoping my boys don't sniff paint." Like, My name is so and so, and my boys want to be Transformers.
Yeah, yeah.
We're an
My boys,
Aquanaut, so
I'm so and so, and my boys wear bra inserts on their heads and play Jedi's.
he, they're part of the Jewish Jedi Defense League. I'm just like, I'm just hoping my kids don't get asked if they ever ate lead paint as a child.
I don't know what that was, but it might have been lead paint. It sure as hell wasn't Papa.
It's like our house was built in the 70s, so it was either asbestos dust or paw.
Well, there's a bunch of houses in Atlanta that still have asbestos siding, and people buy these because they're like, oh, this is such a cute little bungalow. It's like, yeah, it was built in the 40s, and that's asbestos siding. You know what it's going to take for you to change out the color, and it was probably lead paint too.
Hey,
yeah, you got.
That's how they're going to start rebuilding houses in LA.
Asbestos. Why not? Why not? Oh God. No, they're talking about they were talking about building steel houses. Has anybody ever seen what an oven looks like? Oh, but it's steel. It's like, yeah, so are ovens, you idiot. It's like, what do you think is going to happen to you if you have a fire outside that's roaring at 1,500 degrees? What do you think happens on the inside? You think the AC is going to kick in?
You wouldn't market those as easy bake houses? No light bulb needed?
Just like, what are you people thinking? It's like, I mean, get yourself some kiln bricks and put it on the outside or something, and then put bricks over the top of it. Something. Just don't be. Good Lord. Oh.
Well.
Oh, it tears me up. I'm like, maybe they'll start 3D printing them out of a concrete or something. I mean, that's a smart idea.
I just, and now Bob Iger may be running as mayor of LA. I mean, Disney's doing so well under his management. I really think he's shown us with Star Wars how all of this is going to work out. I can't see anything wrong.
Nothing wrong there. Nothing wrong there. Oh, every time Newscomb hears somebody calls him Newscomb, he's just like, I've been hearing that since I was a boy. That doesn't bother me anymore. Like, you can
tell it really doesn't bother him. I'd be like,
yeah, it doesn't bother.
That's low hanging fruit. Let's try something funner. Like, come on, guys, really hurt me next time.
Yeah. No, it seems to me that it does bother him quite a bit, or else he wouldn't mention it.
For a man that puts that much gel in his hair, a lot of things are going to hurt him, like reality, masculinity, testosterone.
I mean,
a soul.
Yeah.
Holy water.
Holy water. Well, there wasn't any of that to be found. They used that to try to put out the fires. It didn't work, obviously.
I did not know that they perfumed holy water.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No. Well, I may have been my mom's feral child. Well, I did drink it because I wanted to be extra holy.
Oh, God.
Look, I was 7 and I got in so much trouble from my Shiite Catholic grandma because she's like, "Where did my holy water go?" And I said, "It tasted awful."
She says that was 100 proof. What are you talking about? It tasted awful.
And she's like, why'd you drink the holy water? Why are you drinking holy water? And I was like, because I wanted to be a saint, and I'm pretty sure I'm not good enough for it, so I was hoping for an extra boost. I mean, I just
Oh,
didn't wanna have to go to confession. I figured if I drank the holy water, I was confessated, okay?
yeah, I wouldn't have to confess to anything. It would just be known. But
And then my mom has to come in because, my grandma's called her and she's like, "Do you know what your daughter did?" And my mom, of course, is not prepared for me having drunk holy water to become a saint. That
well,
wasn't on her list of things I would do to piss off grandma.
see, that one always confused me. It's like, why would you have to do confession if God knows everything already?
I do know.
I never understood that. I was like, why would you be confessing if God knows everything and he already saw me do it? Then I'm not really doing anything. It's just sort of like, well, let me tell you what you already know I did.
Well, I got in trouble because I wanted to be a priest because I was nosy. I was like, "Do you think I could just sit in the little room and hear about everyone's thing?" I was like, "I just wanna
I-
know everyone's secrets." And
that's
the
all.
priest was like, "That's gossip." And I was like, "Only if I told other people."
Yeah, I don't want to tell anybody. I just want to hear it.
Yeah, and think it loudly when they're on the pulpit.
Isn't that what they do? It's just like, ooh, well, I know what my sermon's going to be about today. Adultery.
This sermon goes out to you, Kathleen P. Kathleen P. with a confession yesterday about skeezing out on your husband. Yes, it is both mentally and physically a sin, just in case you were asking, okay? Did look in the books, alright? Thank you, sweetheart.
But that's what he's doing. He's like hearing all these confessions. He's like, I've got to make my sermon about all of these like things that people are doing because I need to guide my flock because oh my God, you would not believe the crap that I'm hearing. I didn't know you could do that upside down, but oh my gosh, I'm gonna bring it up in the next sermon.
I'd be the only person in confessional. Okay, I'm gonna need you to tell me more. Why? To see how many confessions or how many Hail Marys? No, I just have a couple questions. Uh, not in a professional capacity, just more curiosity if I'm asking.
Oh God. But could you imagine if there's only one person that comes in and confesses? And it's just like, oh my God. You would just be like, and everybody saw you go into the confessional booth.
No, just imagine you found out your 80-year-old grandmother's a swinger. Like, "Bless me, Father, for I have sinned." And he's like, "Go ahead, my child." And then you suddenly realize it's Miss Kravitz down the street talking about the most ridiculous thing you ever did heard of.
Uh-huh.
So you peek out the little screen and you're like,
Ew. Really?
well, it's like when you hear those noises
Oh, you froze up there for a second, Mo.
in the
Ah, you're frozen.
hotel
You're
people,
frozen all
it's
or
gonna
is
be
it just
boobs.
me?
Oh, am I back?
Yeah, you're back. You froze up there for a second. All I
Oh,
heard was,
well, it's
when
like when
boobs? That's all I
well, I
heard.
mean, when boobs. That's gonna be that's the title of my memoir. When boobs. The Mo story, unfiltered. Just the nip.
Is it Satan?
No, but you know how you hear these really fun noises from, like, the hotel next to you and possibly outboard motors for an Evinrude? And then you see the people checking out the next morning, you're like, "Ooh."
Uh, uh.
And I wanted to talk to you over the continental breakfast, and you just can't even look them in the eye. I'm like,
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was oh my gosh, when we did our honeymoon in the Caribbean. What was it? Geez, what was the island we were at? No, it wasn't Little St. John. No, it wasn't that. No.
we
St.
did
Lucia. St. Lucia. So we went to St. Lucia, and the place we went to was everybody was doing like sandals or something. All the youngsters were doing sandals. My wife and I, we married a little bit older, and so we stayed at a place that cost almost the same price as it would be sandals. Maybe it was a little bit higher, but it was couples only. You had a little bungalow. There was one bed. You had some of
Aw.
them had like a little plunge pool, but breakfast was set up where you had like a table and two chairs. Like
That's
every single thing was set up to just couple oriented. And we were there for, I don't know, 5 days. And like on the like fourth day, like we go up and we're just like getting, because they have like breakfast is like complimentary. And so
oh,
we're like piling up. And this couple that we had done like a couple of like things, because they would take you out as a group and you go like
oh,
walk through the
yeah.
rainforest, stuff like that. And we come back and it's just like we were talking to him. It was just like, well, we'll see you tomorrow at breakfast, and it's free, and they were just like, what? Like, this is day 4. They're like, we've been like eating like candy bars and stuff like that for breakfast, like protein bars. And my wife and I were like, no, they've got granola, yogurt, fresh vegetables, fresh fruit, whatever you want. They got eggs, whatever you want for breakfast. It's complimentary. They're like, oh my God. Did you not read the brochure? They've been hoarding like food every time they got a chance to like, because
They lost 15 pounds on their honeymoon. They're like, the drinks were great. The food sucked.
Oh my God. And going there. So we're on a plane, and it was like every single person on that plane it just got married.
Oh, wow.
Because Atlanta is a major hub for Delta, and then they fly you
Oh,
out to
yeah,
St. Lucia. And this is no joke. We're sitting there on this plane, and you've got like the brides. They're still wearing like the headdress or whatever, that veil thing or whatever it is, and they're all just like, this is gonna be great. And then of course you get there and you get off the plane, and this guy comes up and he goes, can I take your bags for you? And you're just like, yeah, that'd be cool. And so he takes your bags, and he walks around the corner and sets them down, because that's where your cab is waiting. Like,
Cool.
the airport is the size. I mean, it's like the size of my backyard. I'm just like, oh geez, this is so horrible. Like, and then he's like wanting money. It's just like, dude, I could have done that.
Yeah.
That's how they get you though. But so everybody's like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a great time, and they all like jump in this big huge van or whatever, and they run them all out to the Sandals. My wife and I were on these zigzag roads. My wife's getting car sick. We get there,
Oh,
it's just
no.
like and they're like, here's your complimentary drink, and it's just like, you start relaxing. And the whole time my wife and I were just chilling out. And then of course the little bay where we were at is Sandals is like further on down, but they come by with these party boats, and everybody loads up. And because the water is so beautiful over in this other part, this sort of like a little cove, you would hear them. They'd be playing like the horrible, rap, whatever garbage dance music, and everybody's partying and yelling and screaming. And my wife and I were just like, let's just go for a walk somewhere away from these people. Totally chill. And we get on the plane to come back, and my wife and I are just, oh, what a great time. And look over at those same couples that are flying back, and the wife is like, I can't believe you touched her ass. Just like, because they went to the party. It was like they didn't realize you graduate from college, and this isn't like some big orgy. Marriage isn't a big orgy, but they've been like couple swapping or something. Who the hell knows what's going on? And
I have been doing marriage wrong for like 13 years. I got to call some old boyfriends.
but they were just so stressed out. You could tell that they didn't have, they had a good time, but it's like they had too good of a time. Like the party didn't stop, and now reality's hitting them. And they're just like, I don't ever want to do another honeymoon again. It's just like, my wife and I are just like, man, I just wanted to stay like another month. Just like, this is going to suck going back to the real world.
I know. My husband and I are waiting for our honeymoon. You kind of skip those when you're married with children.
Yeah.
It's somewhat a big imposition when you leave 3 toddlers with people to go make another toddler.
It's odd how that works out.
They consider that, encouraging, enabling behavior.
Well, and that's sort of the kind of vacation that you want to have for your honeymoon. It's where it's
Yeah.
couples only. It's very relaxed, very chill. I'm telling you from experience, if you're going to get married, don't go party. Go there and spend time with each other, and get couples back massages. Get the the nice little what do you call it, care package, whatever, where they come and they bring you like a bottle of champagne and some fruit and stuff like that, and spend some time with each other. Just don't.
I'm just thinking how they'd have to switch this for Mr. Mo and I, because I drink and he doesn't. So it'd be
It's
like, "Look,
perfect.
just leave a pack of Little Debbies, a whole box of them on the bed. It's kinda like an aphrodisiac for us old married people. I want you to put on Big Bang Theory with the captions, okay? Now, baby, and then I want you to fold me a big thing of laundry and just leave it right on the foot of the bed, okay? Now, I'm gonna be so turned on, though. I'm gonna need y'all to leave the vicinity because it's gonna be on like Donkey Kong once me and Mr. Mo get there. But you just leave that Little Debbie's there and we'll be okay."
'Cause we're gonna need some energy after.
Ain't nothing like I was gonna say a cream pie, but then I
I'm gonna come off a little wrong. There's nothing like a cream pie after sex.
damn you, Little Debbie. This was not my fault
No.
this time.
What? I got crazy here. He's trying to lick.
Aw.
Stop trying to lick me.
He said, "I just would like to French kiss you for a little bit.
Ah, no,
Let me smell your
he'll
breakfast."
crazy little dog. Yes,
No.
I know.
Gotcha.
I
He's like,
know.
"Okay, let me down now. I got your face."
Well, he'll lick his own feet until they like fall off. He just I'm not letting you that close. I know you. Yes, I know you. You're
He's
crazy.
like, "I was only by that PETA truck a little bit. I was just helping them move stuff. I love animals too."
Oh yeah, here we go. Oh. All right. Playtime food. Ouch,
Oh,
not the foot, not the foot. Oh, Mo.
Do
Oh,
you
Mo.
have anything you want to plug for this weekend or anything like that?
Well, FNL is gonna be tonight. I
Oh, that's right.
might do a
It's Friday.
yeah, I might do something later on today. Just depends on how things work out. I might do a stream, but other than that, FNL will be happening 9:30, 10, something. It's between 9 and 10. Okay.
Who's
There'll
the
be
expert?
yeah, it'll be over on with the expert. And then of course, I believe there's something going on with Baker.
Yes,
Um,
Saturday.
yes,
His
Saturday.
27th birthday,
Yes.
3rd
So
edition.
yeah, the 5th edition or something. The
It's
30th
his
edition.
diamond jubilee of the 25th anniversary.
Exactly. But yeah, that's going to be going on Saturday, though, which will be wonderful. It should be a good time.
Yes.
And I'm sure there's going to be all kinds of stuff that happens between now and then. There always is some kind
Yes.
of news is going to pop off. Either Trump's going to do something or somebody from the other side's going to do something. It's inevitable. It's so there's always something going on. But what do you got going on?
Well, let's see, we got Legal Shenanigans Theater. I'm still working on a title, Gone Girl or Revenge of the Swamp Hag. I don't know. I'm melting. I don't know.
Melted.
Because it's still Letitia Stout in her most greasiness.
Oh, oh, oh.
And then, let's see, that's Saturday at 3, and then we've got Baker's thing. Then Sunday, I will be on with Publicly Buzzed at 3, and if I can get with Marissa, we are going to start our kind of Jody Arias format of the Letitia Stout trial, going on Sundays. I just have to get with her for a time for that, because 'cause I'm a professional.
A
I'm always
professional.
on top of something.
Oh, that's
Damn it,
beautiful.
phrasing.
Does
There's a
that
new
come with
T-shirt.
I'm
I'm
always
always
on
on
top
top of something.
and it
Mo.
comes with a cream pie
You know what?
with a little
I'm
Debbie
over
under.
here single-handedly trying to keep the population going here with Elon Musk and Nick Carter. Y'all should thank me. I have done my work, people.
Exactly. Leave me alone. If I want a little Debbie cream pie, you guys can't stop me.
They're the best one, and it's the most terrible name.
Oh God. Oh Jesus. Oh,
Well, thank you guys so much for joining, as always. We did manage to get some news stories, which is, 100% better than what I thought we would do. So Oh, and you're right. Nick Cannon, sorry, Nick Carter was the very white Backstreet Boy. Well, I keep up with my pop stars. I've got my teen beat and my tiger beat, and I'm gonna figure out this Carter and Cannon situation along with who the Jonas Brothers are.
something about whales. Oh.
This is why you and I can't get together. We just can't. This is why our spouses can't. Our spouses are gonna get together. Miss Shizzy, hello, this is Mr. Mo. I don't think our spouses can play together. They just get into too much mischief. Now, I'm not saying that Mrs. Mo was perfect. She wasn't the best kid. She might have been the wrong crowd for Shizzy to be getting in with, but we need to nip this in the bud.
Well, I would say that would be a thing to do, but let the kids have their fun.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, look, when they're playing together, they aren't asking us about door blood. Just let them be. On that note, you guys have a great time. We are out of here. Thank you so much for joining us, and I made Shizzy cry. So, bucket list achievement goal unlocked. Bye, you guys.
Bye, guys.